The more they go after him, the more American people love him. And I think this is just another great example. Trump derangement syndrome is very strong in Washington, D.C. They're out of touch with the American people, with what the American people want. And I think they're surprised by this reaction.
Right. And I wanted to ask you, have you been to Mar-a-Lago since the raid occurred? And if so, was there a chilling effect? Did it feel different knowing that this had been raided and maybe people need to look over their shoulder more?
I have been there, and no, it's business as usual. Just keep going. So no, Mar-a-Lago is doing very well. President Trump is doing very well. I think everybody sees this for exactly what it is, which is a political stunt and political oppression. And, we're just continuing on.
Good. And what do you think are some of the main things you'll be focusing on in future as far as legal action? Is there anything that's kind of at the top of your list, even if it's not the raid itself, but anything else?
Well, this is coming out of Washington, D.C., so it'll be the Washington, D.C. team to kind of figure out that strategy. But I don't think there's a whole lot to do at this point other than express outrage and hope that Congress actually takes some action and reins in this rogue executive branch. So on this particular case, the Washington, D.C. team can lead the way on that, but I think we kind of just wait and see what they end up doing. Quite honestly, I think this probably has a chilling effect on the Department of Justice. I think it should, if they're smart, it should cause them to go, oh, wait, maybe we didn't quite have our finger on the pulse with this.
Yeah, do you think that the Department of Justice is realizing that perhaps they made a mistake and they shouldn't have gone to this level? I mean, of course, they're not going to say that, but if they're continuing to kind of backpedal and defend it and say, here are all the reasons why we had to do this, then that kind of shows that they're the ones who look bad.
Yeah, I hope they're realizing that now. They should realize that because that's reality. But, Democrats and the liberal elitists in Washington don't always live in reality. So who knows what they're thinking? But I think your assessment is exactly right. And I would hope that they look at the public reaction to what they did and go, shoot, you know what? Maybe we overstepped on this. And the fact that they're not coming out with a really strong press conference, I think is telling. I think they're nervous about what to say because they don't have a good answer. The American people are demanding answers. They're demanding an explanation for how the Department of Justice and FBI could have become so aggressive against their political opponent. And they don't have a good answer, which is why they're not coming out with anything. So, they continue to do these little trickles and leaks of half-truths to their media lapdogs at the New York Times and Washington Post. None of it really has a lot of substance to it. It's all speculation, but that's all they've got at this point is speculation. And I think they're hoping the American people will kind of clamor on to their speculation, but it's not happening. And so they should be nervous.